So I'm right here. I'm about to download some videos, but um, making this. And it's rice, herbs, peppers, salt, oil, and I'll put some water in here too. Oh, it's ginger as well, though. This rice, so it's not like I put like peppers and stuff in it, but it blows up kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Because it expands, and it's something so that I don't have to. Um, I know that I'm hungry, and I know that I need nutrition, but I'm not in like a desperate starvation mode when I eat this rice. But I make sure, although it has some nutritional value and it can be combined with all kinds of different things, and I plan to eat some beets. I put salt, I put marjoram, thyme, rosemary, savory, sage, oregano, and basil in here. So this is just some dry herbs or whatever. I put some, of course, red pepper in here, and which I'm gonna put some more in here as well. And I don't know, this smells like some chemical type thing. I have ginger, pure ground ginger too. And then I add this sea salt, it's not in there. Definitely some. And so all of that is actually what I put in here to kind of maintain that, add something to it. But it's an item to make, and I have some potato chips and some fig bars, and at some point I plan to eat some beets, some canned beets. So, so I just put this back here. This is some bullshit. This motherfucker's gonna sit up here and try to trick me into, like, I'm gonna make sure I say the right word. And I'm not allowing them to arrange me either. Um, I mean, I literally call for the most simple and proper reason. it's not my fault that you have all these people that are not qualified to answer simple questions, and then they sit up there and want to mistreat me and treat me in all kind of way.
Thank you for calling the Office of Lawyer Regulation. To file a grievance, please press 1. For all other inquiries, please press 2. If you'd like to... Wait while I transfer your call.
Oh, I'm doing everything I have to do for myself.
Good morning, Office of Lawyer Regulation. This is Chrissy.
Hi, when you say good morning, can you tell me what you mean by that?
It is 11:14 a.m. before noon.
Oh, so good morning means before noon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's 11:14 a.m. here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
How can I help you this morning?
What's your name?
My name is Chrissy.
Chrissy, what's your position there?
I am the executive staff assistant. I am actually helping out on the phone lines this morning. How can I help you?
Oh, so what is your position like? What do you do at your position? I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
I am the supervisor for our support staff, the folks that answer the phone and handle the incoming grievances.
Oh, were you expecting my call today?
No, was I supposed to?
Oh no, actually, because I was just wondering. You said that you're just answering the phones today or whatever right now, but
yes, half of my staff is actually off-site, so I'm helpful when they're gone. I help out on the phones.
Oh, okay. You say your name is Chrissy?
Chrissy, Krissi.
Chrissy, okay. Krissi?
Correct.
Okay, and what's your is that your full name?
That is the name that I will give you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have to. I mean, that's information. That's public information. So I'm not going to worry about. I'm not going to force it out of you. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. So now I called, and so would you be able to handle this call since this is not your position?
Ma'am, how can I help you?
I asked you a question, and so
I feel like we're getting off on the wrong foot.
why? Why? What job? Who did I? What office? Wait, I want to make sure I called the proper place. Who did I call? What's this? Can you repeat the number?
Office of Lawyer Regulation.
So what are you talking about? What do you mean getting off at the wrong foot? What are you talking about?
What are you calling for? How can I help you?
No,
what is the purpose of your call?
You said that. Hold on, wait a minute. I called 1-608-267-7274.
Correct. And that is the Office of Lawyer Regulation.
What state?
Do you have a complaint against an attorney, or do
Wait a
you
minute.
have a,
What? I just want to make sure because you're. I don't know if you're accusing me of something.
You know, you call me for help, right? Obviously, you need some help, and right off the bat, you're hostile against me. I don't understand the kind of help that you expect to get when you call a business and you talk to people the way that you talk.
What did I say to you? How was I hostile? I would like to know.
Can
you please tell me what I said so that I can understand? No, because I want to make this better.
Are you listening to the way you're talking to me?
I asked you, I want to make it...
How do you expect people to help you if you call someone and talk to people the way that you talk?
What did you hear that was hostile? Can you... what did I say to you that was hostile?
You're not telling me what you want.
You said I'm being hostile. Can you define hostile?
What is the purpose? Okay, ma'am.
No, you're not going to abuse me. Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
No.
I don't know what the purpose is your call. I don't know if you're
calling.
You
probably know exactly my name.
I am not fighting anyone today. So let's try this again. I'm going to.
So are you? Is this a fight? You said it's a fight.
If you call back, if you continue to need help, you can call back. Let me know calmly.
Why do I have to call you back? What did I do so awful to you? And how was I hostile?
You're not answering my question. How can I help you?
I asked you a question. I asked you a question.
Goodbye, Miss Davis.
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
You're not telling me what you want.
Are you trying to be in trouble?
Goodbye, Miss Davis.
Them hoes out of there. They fired. Straight up. They are out of there.
Thank you for calling
the Office of Lawyer Regulation. They gotta go.
To file a grievance, please press 1. For all of their inquiries, please press 2.
Them bitches trying to report me every single way. They want protection because they fucked up. They in trouble. Them hoes been fighting me for whatever reason. I didn't say any. I'm asking questions. I'm not gonna be dumb.
Good morning, Office of Lawyer Regulation. This is Chrissy.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, and I called to the Office of Lawyer Regulations, and I was just accused of fighting and being hostile and speaking in some type of way. Hold on, wait a minute. And so I would like to know why that happened, and if I can speak to an office administrator, because I called with a regular for a call, and I was just accused of fighting. That's abusive, and I don't know why. And then this person named Chrissy.
That call, that was me.
Oh, okay. So you.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
Right off the bat.
So you told me that you're getting off on the wrong foot and you're not fighting. I don't know how. I didn't call. I don't know. I can't help you. Okay.
Thank you for calling the Office of Lawyer Regulation. To file a grievance, please press 1. For all other inquiries, please press 2. If you would like to leave...
Wait while I transfer your call. Thank you for calling the Office of Lawyer Regulation. We are unavailable at the moment, but if you leave a message at the tone, we will get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you.
This is their phone call. Like, I'm calling them, and this is their system that is doing all this.
Thank you for calling the Office of Lawyer Regulation. To file a grievance, please press 1. For all other inquiries, please press 2. If you would like to leave a voicemail, please press...
Wait while I transfer your call. Thank you for calling.
And for me to call the Office of Lawyer Regulations, a place that's supposed to handle this type of thing, is inappropriate. I'm going to say that.
Thank you for calling the Office of Lawyer Regulation. To file a grievance, please press 1. For all other inquiries, please press 2.
Wait while I transfer your call. Thank you for calling the Office of Lawyer Regulation.
Even if I have a reputation of fighting, that don't mean I have to fight them.
Leave a message at the tone. We will get back with you.
They do not handle their business.
Record your message at
they
the
sit
tone.
there and they go against me, and they know that.
Hang up or press pound for more options.
I am Jasmine Renee Davis. I called to the Office of Lawyer Regulation. Someone named Chrissy answered the phone, and first of all, accused me of getting off at the wrong foot, being hostile, talking in some kind of way, and there was something about that Chrissy did not want to fight today. I did not call you all for a fight, but there is a problem here. You all have been unethical with a previous situation that I've called you all with, though, right? But when I call here today, I call with the intentions of being my own self. I call with genuine questions, and I ask to talk and get my point across. But if someone is answering a phone and they have specific greetings, or they're saying some particular language, I just ask to define that, and I do not have to be grouped in. I do not have to know everyone's language or what they're speaking, and then I can also understand or have a way of knowing what that call is about without constantly being abused or accused or entrapped or provoked to anger or any of those things, I'm calling legitimately and professionally, and I find that you all are constantly preventing me from getting to the places that I have to be to stand up for myself. And I don't appreciate that you're running the time out on the clock as if something is happening, as you're accusing me of being hostile and also accusing me of fighting. Those are serious accusations, and I don't have to be any kind of way. And even if I was fighting, I do not have to fight you. I called to the Office of Lawyer Regulations, and you all are supposed to be able to handle a call, and you all are using whatever offices you have for your own personal reasons specifically. And you may find that you can do whatever you want to do in those offices, but you are not going to do whatever you want to do to me. And you have found that you have used your so-called power, and you're abusing that power. And also you want to try to find that you have superiority that is otherwise or other than I have. And so you are letting it be known. And this is why it's so tough for someone like me to come into these doors and do the things that I have to do, because you all want to find that you are using it into an unlawful advantage, and you are also contributing to things like mass incarceration and attempts at genocide and other things. I'm speaking this term and these tones with you now on this voicemail, but when I call, I can note, and this is notice, I did not call fighting anyone. I call for a reason, and you have to take my call. And not only do you have to answer my call when I call, you have to be ethical, and you have to hear what I'm saying without accusing me and pretending like I am victim, or doing things to say that I am victimizing you. You are participating in false imprisonment as well, and I am not your victim, and you are not my victim. And so I am Jasmine Renee Davis. I am requesting a call in return to this call here. I am calling from phone number 1262-505-7137, and I ask that you return my call. My name is Jasmine Renee Davis. That call can be returned as promptly as possible, because I was on the phone talking to someone, and someone was there that refused to talk to me while I was on the phone, and I have stuff to do, and you all cannot plan my life or my day and constantly enslave me and do the things that you find that you want to do as far as fraud and infringement. And then you want to talk about other things. What about tort and other issues that you all are constantly participating in? But that number is 1262-505-7137. And you know what? However I choose to speak, I can. And for you to be the Office of Lawyer Regulations, you know that very much so.
Finish your recording after the tone.
I am Jasmine Renee Davis. This is at 5 minutes and 44 seconds on a call. I am Jasmine Renee Davis. This shit is a mess. They want to see what all routes I take, what all ways I'm gonna take, who all I'm gonna call. They stalking the shit out of me. It says this is from Wisconsin court system, and this is what it says. I'm gonna go to this website right here. This is what it says, that it says the Office of Lawyer Regulation System, the Wisconsin Supreme Court created the lawyer regulatory system in 2000. The system assists the court in supervising the practice of law and protecting the public from misconduct by lawyers. Okay? I don't need them to protect me. I don't need them to fight me. But I have to protect myself. And this is one way that I'm just going to document what I have, and so that I can utilize it for my own ways, and to also stand up to the state of Wisconsin as they versus me, and to say, listen, I am trying and you all are fighting me, but here, you want to do something, then that's that. Detailed information about I'm gonna read this stuff too, but detailed information about ethical standards, organizational structure, and grievance procedures are contained in the following Wisconsin Supreme Court rules. SCRS. These documents are in Adobe PDF format unless otherwise stated. Rules of professional conduct for attorneys. Rules of professional conduct for attorneys. Chapter 20A. Rules of professional conduct for attorneys. Okay. Chapter 20B. Rules of professional conduct for attorneys. Chapter 21. Lawyer regulation system. Chapter 22. Procedures for the lawyer regulation system. Chapter 2.3. Regulation of unauthorized practice of law. So sometimes, like, I have to be careful, because, like, if music is playing, it would stop my video or, like, mute what I'm saying too. So I have to be careful. Okay. The Wisconsin Supreme Court created the law regulation system to carry out the court's constitutional responsibility to supervise the practice of law and protect the public from misconduct by persons practicing law in Wisconsin. The court has adopted standards of professional conduct for attorneys and confers to the privilege to practice law on an attorney on the condition of compliance with those standards. A failure to comply with the court standards may constitute misconduct or may be evidence of a medical problem. Initially, OLR staff screens all grievances. If the allegations made are not within the OLR's jurisdiction, staff will close the file. If that grievant disagrees with the staff's decision, the grievant may make a written request for the director's review of the closure. The director's decision is final. After preliminary evaluation, staff may also forward the matter to another agency, attempt to reconcile the matter between the grievant and attorney if it is a minor dispute, or refer the matter to the director for diversion, investigation, or resolution by consent reprimand. If the grievance is set forth sufficient information to support an allegation of a violation of Chapter 20 of the Supreme Court rules, OLR staff may initiate an investigation. OLR officer lower regulation staff will send a letter to the respondent enclosing the grievance and requesting a response within 20 days. In most instances, staff will forward the attorney's response to the grievant for comments. After the investigation is completed, the director may discuss the matter for lack of sufficient evidence of cause to proceed, divert the matter to an alternatives to discipline program, obtain respondents' consent to a private or public reprimand, or present the matter to a preliminary review committee for a determination of whether there is a cause to proceed. In these cases in which the director dismisses, the grievant has 30 days after receiving written notice of the dismissal to make a written request for review of the decision by the preliminary review committee. The decision of the preliminary review committee is final. When the director presents a matter to the preliminary review committee and the committee determines that the director has established cause to proceed, the director may file a complaint with the Supreme Court alleging misconduct. OLR rather than a grievance is a complainant in such matter. If the director files a complaint, an answer is required within 20 days of service of the complaint. Upon proof of service, and the Supreme Court appoints a referee to hear the matter pursuant to SCR 2213. The referee holds a scheduling conference to define the issues and to determine the extent of discovery. The referee then presides at a public hearing, which is conducted as a trial of a civil action to the court. Office law regulation must prove misconduct or medical incapacity by clear, satisfactory, and convincing evidence within 30 days after the conclusion of the hearing. The referee will submit his or her report to the Supreme Court, including findings of fact, conclusions of law, and a recommendation of dismissal or discipline. Office of law recommendation or respondent may file an appeal of the referee's report within 20 days after the report is filed. If no appeal is timely filed, the Supreme Court reviews the referee's report and determines appropriate discipline in cases of misconduct and appropriate action in cases of medical incapacity. The court may, on its own motion, order the parties to file briefs. Either the respondent or Office of Law and Regulation may file. Either the respondent or Office of Lawyer Regulations may file a motion for reconsidering on the Supreme Court's decision within 20 days of the filing of the decision by the court. The filing of a motion for reconsideration does not stay enforcement of the judgment. The Supreme Court's final disposition of disciplinary and medical incapacity proceedings are published in the Wisconsin Reports and the Wisconsin Lawyer. Now, I can do all this stuff on my own, but I want to make sure that I call to the places and let it be known what is happening or whatever the situation is. But as I said before, I represent myself. None of these Wisconsin agencies have been there and they don't even represent their own job. They're not even representing who they come into work as themselves, and that's fine, they can, but apparently they're not a good fit for the job. They're not a good fit for me. So I have to handle my own business and do the things that I have to do for myself. This stuff is not easy. It was a scam, it was a trick, it was all kinds of things. And so I'm going to get my information and I'm going to handle what I have to handle for my own self, though. But I'm going to go ahead and download these videos and handle my stuff, and I'm going to come on here soon with a live video course today. Jasmine Renee Davis. I know who I am. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I'm Jasmine.